I was watching a YouTube video the other day of some ecom guy in the e-commerce guru space, and this guy actually resonated with me a lot because he reminded me a lot of myself. He was very, very young. I think he's about 19. He started an e-commerce business in creating communities, and he just seemed really genuine. Unlike most people in that space on YouTube, he was talking about mindset and why that is what's going to make you a millionaire, essentially, or allow you to achieve whatever goals you have in mind. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about exactly why I agree with this young man, and talk about how and why our mindset can be the one thing that is holding us back from achieving our goals, especially in finance and business. When we set out to do something, there are a lot of things that can get in the way, whether it be past experiences or past someone who told us in our past that we couldn't do something that sticks with us, and we don't necessarily know how or why, but we often do things from a place of subconscious level. So, in order for us to understand why it is that, we've tried so many things and nothing works, or we can't seem to stick to one thing, or we can't seem to remain consistent in the thing that we've chosen to do, is because there's some sort of blockage subconsciously that's holding us back. And it's up to us to work on that. And for a lot of people, it may not be something that they're aware of. And if you are aware and you know what that might be, then seeking the proper help or beginning to take the proper habits to remove whatever those blockages are should be your top priority, because you'll start to see that by you removing blockages and creating better habits for yourself, it'll make the aspect of business and seeking your goals so much more easier than if you were trying to operate from a place of cloudiness or a place of blockages. So I recommend, the first thing, without getting too deep into this, is to take an inventory of your daily habits and routines. What are you doing that's keeping you away from achieving your goals? What's keeping you away from learning that new skill that's going to potentially change your life? A lot of the times people say that their family gets in the way, or they have obligations that take their time. And we all, whatever it is, we all have that thing that's holding us back or that we think is holding us back. So the way to get through that is first to become aware of it, write it down, like I mentioned, or observe yourself throughout the day and begin removing the things that no longer serve you. And if there are things that you cannot remove, find ways to counter those things. So, for example, a lot of people have children who take up a lot of their time, and by the end of the day, you're exhausted, but after work and after taking care of your children, there's no time or energy left for yourself. However, what I recommend doing is possibly taking a look at what are you doing outside of work, outside of taking care of the children, that could contribute to your energy levels and can contribute to your motivation. And taking it a step even further is your job taking away a lot of your motivation? And if it is, how can we change that? Or how can we take one small step in the right direction to help remove that as a blockage or to create more freedom of time for ourselves? Are we operating with a scheduled routine, or are we just kind of going about our day in a haphazard way? So first step is awareness of our habits, and then the next step is to progress at least 1% in the right direction in terms of changing those habits. I also recommend removing any sort of toxic habits that you might have that you may not be aware of. This includes, scrolling through social media aimlessly. And I know right now a lot of people are spending a lot of time on social media, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, you have to be aware of what you're consuming. So if you want a better experience, or if you want to create better habits around that, maybe curating your feed to something that's a little more beneficial. So following other millionaires, other entrepreneurs, or other business owners to help you begin to get in that mindset, and to surround yourself with like-minded individuals is another way that you can begin to change the mindset around business. Another thing I recommend is, the typical the thing that every entrepreneur is going to tell you is, how are you treating yourself? Are you eating well? Are you working out? Are you remaining active? Are you constantly learning? Because this to me is essential to being an entrepreneur, because it allows you the ability to have that longevity and the stamina to deal with daily entrepreneurial challenges that may arise. It also gives you the motivation and the clarity that you need to solve certain problems. And I'm not going to lie, overall, you just feel much better. So then you do more, you create more. That's the basis of it. I personally can go on and on about this because outside of entrepreneurship, I do teach yoga and those sort of things, and I'm very into all of that. So I would say lastly, to end this message, is adapting some sort of spiritual or faith-based practice that allows you to keep a level mind, that allows you to have some form of meditation, whether that be in prayer. And you don't have to be a religious person for this. So I'm not saying to, adapt a religion. However, whatever you believe in, having some sort of practice that allows you to clear your mind and allows you to deal with a lot of the things that come with being an entrepreneur are so beneficial to this journey. And it also has a lot of benefits outside of clearing the mind. You'll also gain any creative insights that you may not have been able to receive otherwise. That's one of the great benefits of adapting a practice, a daily practice, if you will. So to summarize, changing your habits and adapting new routines is going to help you over time shift your mindset from a scarcity or a lack or a fear mindset into an abundance and creative and go-getter mindset. And this is essential to being a great entrepreneur in today's day and age. So I really hope this video helps someone. And if you have any other insights to add to what makes you a great entrepreneur, or to share your daily routines and habits, feel free to comment those down below, because again, we're here to help each other. And so maybe something that you're doing may not have been on the radar for someone else. However, by them adapting it, it then changes their perspective and their trajectory and their experience. So thank you for watching.